Hey guys, today I come to you yet with another first impression of one of the newest shows out in spring 2018. And if you like vampires and you like romance, and no, this is not Twilight or any other series that deals with these two things, then definitely Devil's Line is the show for you. Now, you may be confused because they call them devils or vampires in the show, and the title itself is called Devil's Line. But for the sake of not confusing you guys from now on, I'm going to be calling them vampires because the people who turn into these monstrous creatures have characteristics that are more closer to that of a vampire because they really love blood and they suck it out of you. They suck you dry. So this is a love story. And this is a seinen, so if you're kind of like of a little kid, this is not the show for you because right off the bat, this show just starts off crazy. We already seen people getting teared apart. This dude is crying while he's killing people. Arms ripping off, guts are flying all over the place, blood spurring on the television screen. It's like, it's crazy. So, you know, if you're not really into that, I mean, I'm not into horror myself, but this didn't make me feel squeamish, but this has some themes in here that are actually pretty mature, and it is seinen, so it's meant for an older audience. Not only that, this is an adaptation of the manga of the same name, so I do know a lot of its manga readers were plenty enough excited about this being getting an anime adaptation. So I do want for the manga readers only for this part to tell me down below how you felt about this first episode. What were some things that you enjoyed about it? What are some things that you think they could have tweaked a little bit better? Are they missing anything from the first chapter or two? And what are you expecting for next week's episode? Don't tell me any spoilers because you know what's going on because you read the manga, but do you think we, the anime only viewers, are going to be excited by the second episode? And for anime onlys, do tell me on how you feel about this first episode. Are you going to continue with it, or are you going to drop it? Do you have hopes for it? Now, I do have to say, the premise of this, where they live in a world where humans and these monstrous creatures, vampires, coexist with each other, and they're not meant to really, you know, live with amongst each other, like fall in love or stuff. But so happens we have two main characters. If you saw from promotional videos and promotional arts, we have Tsukasa, who is a college-bound student, and then we have Anzai, who is part of the police force. And it's pretty well known that, you know, you're gonna have the human and the vampire, and it's gonna be like an unforbidden love that's going to happen. It's just the execution that I'm more worried about how it's going to play out for the rest of the season. Not to say that this episode was bad, it was pretty decent, but there were some parts that they could do better, particularly the fight scene when they were chasing down the vampire who they thought was doing all the killings. The choreography, I can tell, is good, but it was way too fast to the point where it's like the minute you blink your eye, you think you missed the whole fight part. So I do want them, as episodes go by, to tone it down a notch, because I can tell, like, these guys are some amazing fighters, so I want to be able to see the action and get hyped up for that. So, like I said, there was killings going on, and then we have Tsukasa, who's on high alert because she feels like someone is stalking her. And then she has a best friend who's been crushing on her since their beginning days of college, and they're trying to run because they feel like someone is chasing after Tsukasa. Now, we come to find out the person who's involved, or the person in charge of all these murders, with women being raped and all their blood being drained, and it was actually her best friend. Now, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's like, you know, he at one moment he wants to protect her, but he's scared that if he does transform, he kills her. So he doesn't know how to feel, but he really genuinely loves her. Of course, he doesn't die by the end of the episode. No, he gets an antidote to actually calm him down and to make his features before he goes full berserk, let out of control. Now, this type of antidote is only specifically made for these vampires, and their features when they do transform, because they do look like humans, they biologically look like humans. It's not until they see blood, and as they explain, it's like if they see blood or smell blood, it's like they snap. Okay, it's like a drug for them, and their drug, their intake of it is so much stronger than that of a human. It's like 10 times stronger than that of a human taking any other drug. So it's like a craze for that. And then also on top of it, it's like they derive sexual pleasure from it. So it's like, there's some mature themes in here that you don't want your little 13-year-old brother or sister or cousin to be watching, because some serious stuff is going to happen. I can guarantee you that some serious stuff is going to happen in this show. But so he raped the 3 female victims, and on top of killing them. So these vampires is like, they're lurking, but you can't even tell the difference between them. They even say that some devils can't even tell other devils apart from regular humans. That's how well they are adapted to human society. Not unless there's a sign of blood, then you can automatically tell the difference. So we have where Tsukasa, she's shaken up by this whole ordeal. I mean, anybody would if they find out the person that they're friends with, and also the person who's been crushing on them, is actually a monster, and they don't know how to deal with it. So we have where Ansai is taking her back to her home, and then when she's there, she gets attacked by him. All because of a little scratch she got when he pushed her out the way to deal with her best friend during the whole confrontation. And I'm like, when I saw her, I'm like, why is he pushing her down? He was talking to her normally, and then the next minute, he's on top of her, she's on the ground, he's tonguing her down, and then you look at his eyes, and you realize he himself is a double. And you're like, wait, what? What? So we deal with some killings in the beginning of the episode, and then potential rape and a death by the end of the first episode. What a way to end the first episode. I mean, it was kind of smooth sailing for the middle part, but the beginning and the ending is the part that got me, and possibly many others, the most shocked. And I don't know what to expect for next week's episode, but I doubt he's going to kill her, because she is the main MC. She's going to survive, but I really liked how they just left us on this cliffhanger. I really do. So if you guys saw this first episode of Devil's Line, do tell me how you felt about the first episode. Were you expecting that ending at all? And what do you think about this whole world with devils or vampires coexisting with humans, and how, and please don't compare it. I know, I have to say this. I know someone is going to, or a few people are going to compare this to Tokyo Ghoul. No, this is not Tokyo Ghoul. Yes, it seems edgy and all of that stuff, but I do think, well, it is a completely different story, and also for the fact that it focuses more on romance compared to Tokyo Ghoul. So don't compare the two. That's all I'm going to say. Just don't compare the two. I know a lot of manga readers are going to say that, and I will jump on the same bandwagon as them. Don't compare the two. They're completely different. But nonetheless, do tell me in the comment section below, both manga and anime viewers, how you felt about this first episode. What are your expectations for next week's episode? And I'm Kimi-chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!